this year, and I just want to share with you a dream that I had when I first started directing the skit. Kate was in it. Just forewarning, my dreams are kind of like crazy, so bear with me. But we were in a classroom setting, and Kate and Matt were sitting next to me, Matthew Chesney, and they were talking about our skit, and they're like, we have an amazing idea. They're addressing the whole class, by the way. I'm just kind of observing. And they're like, we should throw Yoda in a trash can during skit. It's going to be awesome. Everyone's going to love it. It is an amazing idea. And me sitting next to them, I was like, are you kidding me? You think like throwing Yoda in a trash can is going to make us win homecoming skit? Like this is not happening. And they kind of look at me and they're like, we're going to do it anyway. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. First I freaked out because, you know, this is my skit. Like, we can't throw Yoda in a trash can. It's just not going to work. It doesn't happen like that. Then later, Matt Chesney came up to me and he's like, so Emily, I've decided that we're going to do 5 minutes of skit and just 2 minutes of dance from now on. And I was like, that's kind of not going to work either because we've already choreographed 3 minutes and 20 seconds worth of dance. I can't just like cut out that extra minute and 20 seconds. Like, I was freaking out. This was a very bad dream. I woke up in a cold sweat and it's not pretty. But anyway, if you're wondering why I'm sharing this dream with you, today we're going to be talking about how to determine whether an idea is good or bad, and how to handle whether an idea is good or bad. So my first point is, how do you determine whether an idea is good or bad? Good ideas are pretty original and always creative and feasible. That's very important. If an idea is not, you know, is kind of shaky or really expensive or takes too much effort, it's better to set it aside and try to think of something else that'll work easier for you. Also, good ideas are really enthralling and get people excited about things. For example, if someone is throwing like a gala for something, a good idea of something to have there would be like a chocolate fountain. That's feasible, it's easy, it's social, people can come and dip little strawberries in them and be happy. Now, something that would be less feasible would be like a 10-foot cake that's like really high and 12 feet across, because that's a lot of cake, that's a lot of baking, a lot of time, and then moving it. What if it breaks? That would be really messy. So, how to determine whether an idea is bad? Bad ideas are boring. They're not feasible, as I said. They're really difficult to put into action. And if you just have a bad feeling about a proposal or something, then oftentimes it's not going to work out so well for you. Taking my dream as an example, I don't know if any of you are familiar with the character who played Yoda. He would have been very opposed to being thrown into a trash can. Also, just carrying around a trash can with someone inside it on skit night would have been a huge issue as well, because, I mean, trash cans aren't easy to move around, especially because the one that they wanted was, like, metal, and that would have been weird. And then with someone inside, like, it just wouldn't have worked. So that was obviously a bad idea. Now, when you have a good idea, what you need to do to put it into action is get really excited about it. Be enthusiastic. Believe in it. Feel it out. Make sure it works well for everybody. And convince others, like, you know, inspire a shared vision. Get others to follow it with you. Oftentimes, if you are a leader, then your followers will believe in all of your ideas. But if there are some who are not, like, fully behind it, or they're not really convinced, then you need to make sure that they know that they can come to you with questions, or you could even have like a giant meeting, sit everyone down. Excuse me, I have a cold, so sorry. But just sit everyone down, present the idea, even do like a PowerPoint, or just go through every portion of it, and explain to everyone how it will work so that they can be convinced that you know what you're doing. It's really important to make sure that everything is organized and you have planned out all parts of your ideas, because if something is left behind, then a good idea can turn into a bad idea. Now, how to reject an idea. A lot of times we don't always come up with our own ideas, so we always think our ideas are the best. And if someone comes up to you with a bad idea, like throwing Yoda in a trash can, then the way to reject it is, first of all, not freak out like I did in my dream, because no one will listen to you. If you're like, no, that's a really bad idea, that's never going to work, then no one will listen to you. don't know if we can do this. I don't know if we have the means necessary to carry this out. Let's think about it. Maybe we can do parts of your idea, take parts of your suggestion, but I don't think every single part can work. And, or if someone's really like stuck on their idea, you can take a vote and democratically kick it out. So, also, you are a leader, so if everyone's really against it and you know deep down inside that there's no way this can work, you can always pull out the I'm in charge card and say no. But we want to try and avoid that. So once you figured out all these ideas, if they're good or bad, and you know how to deal with them, then hopefully you can apply this later on to your groups and organizations and be an effective leader at coming up with ideas or listening to ideas and taking your organization to new levels.